Hi, everybody, and welcome into the Cougar Sports Network as we get ready for women's soccer here on a Tuesday as the Allan Hancock Bulldogs in town to take on the College of the Canyons Lady Cougars. I'm Matt Robinson alongside Mari Kneisel. Welcome in. Happy to have you along with us as always here as we get ready for a Western State Conference crossover matchup between the Bulldogs and the Cougars. College of the Canyons comes in 3-2 on the regular season, having lost their last time out, and it's been a light schedule this month, Mari. The Cougars only 4 games in the month of September, and they had one of them canceled, so it's really a 3-game set this month.
Yeah, that makes it a little tough when you're trying to keep momentum going and see where we're at before conference.
Yeah, their last game was over a week ago exactly. They lost 2-0 to Santa Barbara right here at the Cougar soccer facility, trying to bounce back, trying to find some goals. Goals have been a little bit of a premium this year for the Cougars. Just 12 goals scored through their first 5 games. That's a downturn from previous years when this Cougars team really looked at as one of the high-scoring offenses in the state of California.
And I think that came from always one player that was kind of the forefront of the scoring for the Cougars. And this year, we haven't quite seen someone in that role. That's not always a bad thing. That's a good thing. It leaves more opportunity for other Cougars to get their goals in, and then that makes it hard for the other team to know who to mark.
You talk about that group: Ashley Serigal, Bailey Williamson, Victoria Martinez, the 3 goal scoring leaders this year for College of the Canyons. The Cougars unable to convert on 16 shot attempts against Santa Barbara a week ago. They had a number of grade A opportunities. What do they need to do to just finish more?
Yeah, I mean, they did have a lot of great opportunities. I think I saw a couple from Striegel that I like the ambition on it. She might need to get a little bit closer. She does have a great shot, maybe not from 40 yards out, but she was making those opportunities happen. And if we see more shooting from her, I'm sure we'll see more goals. And Victoria Martinez up top, she had a couple of great opportunities. She just needs to calm down up front when the keeper's coming out at her, and I think she'll be able to place the ball right in there.
Yeah, Striegel had maybe the best opportunity, a penalty in the 72nd minute that the goalkeeper just turned away. College of the Canyons, their last match against Allan Hancock was in November of last year, excuse me. A 3C2 off play or 3C2A playoff opening round win, a 3-2 overtime win in the rain. A pretty good matchup. The Cougars have had the better of this series all time since 2005. They've won 5 matches. Their last regular season matchup back in 2018 on October 2nd, the Cougars came away with an 8-0 victory against Allan Hancock. So we'll see what turns up here today. The Bulldogs in their white uniforms will move to our right in the first half. The Cougars in their blue moving to our left. As we are nearly ready to go, just waiting on the official to give us the opening whistle. And we are underway. College of the Canyons and Allan Hancock here on a Tuesday afternoon. A single game here today for us on the Cougar Sports Network. One of 3 games we're covering this week. Got volleyball on Friday, and then football at 1 p.m. as of right now against Santa Barbara on Saturday. So we hope you join us for all 3 of those as the Bulldogs control back on their own half of midfield. The Cougars content to kind of just play D and find a takeaway, and they get one here. Marquez has it, and then we'll get a foul whistled against Allan Hancock for a little bit of a clutch. The Bulldogs this year, 3-4 on the season. They snapped a 3-game losing skid against LA Valley on Friday last week, a 3-0 shutout win, their first shutout of the season. And they've been shut out twice this year, so another team that goals have been a premium for the Bulldogs this year, just 11 in 7 games. Free kick opportunity coming for Canyon. Solar will take it, drives it towards the near side post, but it goes wide of the goal. Allie Lemon, the keeper for Allan Hancock. The freshman out of Santa Clara, Utah. Went to Snow Canyon High School, 3-2 on the year. Has started and played all 7 games, and I think that's actually, she should be 3-4 on the year if she's played all 7 games, but sometimes the stats don't update right. We just have to go with what we've got on the sheet in front of us. Striegel not able to do much with that one. Allan Hancock will take away and try and move the other direction.
Yeah, we haven't quite seen much movement from either side here in the first few minutes, but they're both feeling each other out, seeing what each other do. I think it's a little slow start, but I'm sure each team will find their footing as we get going here.
And it is warm again today, up in the 90s again today here in Santa Clarita. As we had a cool down last week. Last week it was downright cold on the Tuesday night games.
Just a tease.
Yeah, today 93 degrees at first kick here in Santa Clarita. Or actually scratch that, 86 degrees, but it was up to 93 and might get up to 100 as the week continues on. Yeah, gross. We all agree on that one. Very not nice. As this one rolls in, I Haley Bench, the starter in goal for Canyons, the sophomore out of Valencia High School, 3-1 on the year. This is her fourth start of the season. Cougars getting Annabella Gonzalez back as well. We expect maybe to see her today in the match. This one pops up in the air. Marquez will pick it up for Canyons, plays it back towards Alexa Garcia. Now to Sophia Solar, one of the captains for College of the Canyons.
Garcia's been pretty good in the back there. I think it looks like she's the number 6. She's been pretty good for the Cougars there. She holds the ball when she needs to hold the ball and distributes when she needs to distribute. And I think that's a very key person to have in that position.
At midfielder, 5'2", sophomore out of Lancaster, Paraclete High School graduate. So here's a takeaway. Vivian Martinez with a little bit of a run to the middle of the field, gets it to Victoria, who now gets it over to Marquez, challenged by one of the Bulldogs. Knocking it off her foot was Raquel Schmid. Canyon's able to get it back for just a moment as Solar played on to the near side. Layla Goodman trying to send one through. Good defense that time by Angela Gonzalez to fall back. Garcia stepping up, couldn't do much with it as it bounced off her foot. And Hancock back the other way, foul on Marquez for a shove in the back. She knocked down Anna Ponce. WSC crossover contest. These two teams in the same conference, but in opposite divisions. And don't often get a chance to meet in the regular season, as we said. Only 5 regular season meetings dating back to 2015. And Canyons has won all 5. This one floated into the box. It's going to bounce behind the Canyons defense and just a little bit out of reach from Ruby Graciliano, and it goes out of play.
Yeah, I think that is a good wake-up call right there. If I was on the field, I would. That'd be a wake-up call for me. They just let her kind of run back in there. And honestly, if it was a half a foot closer, I think she just could have put her foot on it and put it right in the goal. I think the Cougars need to be aware of that.
A little more attention to detail on the defensive side. As again, this a team that compared to previous years, not scoring as much as we're used to seeing. They've only given up 6 goals this year. But
yeah,
when you're not scoring like you usually do, you don't have that to fall back on.
And that's when those opportunities that you get are the quality opportunities up top that you have to finish. And I think with our defense last week, we did have a couple the 2 letdowns. They were brief letdowns.
One off a corner, one off just a late break-in, right?
Yeah, to me it just looked like just a little bit of a letdown, not paying attention for that one moment, and I think that was a perfect example of what that could have been.
Good play by Solar to get back to that. Striegel, one of the tri-captains, had it for a moment, got it to Goodman, who flips it in the air. Victoria Martinez knocked it down. Now Martinez running back onto it. She's got some room to operate here. We'll slide it down into the box, onto a run. Williamson tries to cut it across the mouth of the goal, and it goes wide. Looks like a shot from Williamson towards the far corner, maybe a little bit of a pass as well, thinking she might have a cutter in Lexi Frederick, but she just was too far behind it.
Yeah, I think that was a great opportunity for the Cougars, and if they're given that opportunity again, they should keep using that the outside area to cut in.
Here's Canyons with it once again. On the far side, Monteforti has it, trying to cut it across. That one knocked out. It'll be a Canyons corner. Cougars this year have generated 11 corners, 27th most in the state. And another opportunity for Canyons to try and capitalize here. Looks like Sophia Solar will run down to take this corner kick. Canyons going to press everybody but Vivian Martinez up, and now actually it's going to Layla Goodman going to back off a little bit. She was coming forward like she was going to play that, but decided not to. Solar an out turn towards the top of the 6. Striegel, a header that missed the mark by a wide margin. It's going to roll out of play. But a good thought that time from Canyons, and just maybe a little more touch on the volley, and it's a good look for Canyons.
The Cougars are doing a really good job of closing in on the ball when the Bulldogs have it, or when the Cougars lose it and the Bulldogs grab it, or on defense. They've been doing a good job of.
There's a good chance that's stopped by Lemon. As a good cross from Martinez to find a cutting Frederick, who drove it on.
Left-footed too.
Yep.
I like to see that.
It's a really nice volley from Frederick on a bouncing ball. And just a better save from Lemon. Lemon this year, 16 goals against, 18 saves. So she's had a lot of traffic. Victoria Martinez trying to get onto it again, and another clear by Allan Hancock. You're talking about the Cougars getting on the Bulldogs quickly as they get the ball. We see it here as Canyons again has it pressed forward. Decent cleanup by Allan Hancock, but not cleared out past the midfield stripe. Striegel comes away with it for the moment. She'll find an open player in Vivian Martinez, who will operate with some room. Trying to get into the middle, was looking for Felicia Marquez, but was behind her.
Striegel does such a good job of using her body to protect the ball. When she has someone on her back, she is so good at being aware of where that person is and using her body to not let them have the ball, but also fake as if she's going in that direction and she's not.
So here's Striegel again with it. She'll try and float down to the corner, but that's going to be well too far ahead of a couple of runners in Williamson and I think it was Monteforti on that far side. Striegel, you're talking about her ability to distribute the ball. Huge part of the win for College of the Canyons last year in that 3-2 overtime win. Had an assist that set up an Alyssa Edwards goal to win the game in overtime. It was a 2 OT thriller. Cougars, of course, got knocked out the next week against Chaffee, one of the top teams in the state last year, but still trying to find that magical run in the state playoffs. Hoping to get back there this year. Here's Garcia with the ball. It's bumped for a moment. Now we'll play it back to Vivian Martinez.
And something else Garcia does really well is she doesn't panic with a player on her back. Striegel does that too, but just noticing having her control and distribute back there, she does a great job of not panicking.
And Garcia, you look at her at 5'2", you think, oh, she's not going to be that physical. She's excessively physical for her size. And I think that kind of catches opponents off guard.
Yeah.
Not expecting that physicality out of her.
Yeah. And when you're in the position she's in and a little bit short.
Kind of have to be, right?
Yeah, you learn to use your body and protect the ball.
Good play from Martinez. Gets it to Striegel. Striegel has a chance to try and streak. Instead, she kind of got caught in a bad spot. Ball was kind of bouncing in her feet in an awkward spot, and she really couldn't find it. She did have Frederick cutting down the near side, couldn't do anything with it.
You Martinez wanted that one to go down and score. That was a very fun ball through.
Good combination this time from Canyons to work back the other way. Goodman looking for room to operate. Now to Martinez. Martinez, her pass deflected away. Was Alyssa Valenzuela in the lane that time to knock it down. Canyons again, though, with control. There's Monteforti with it. Now to Williamson. Bailey looking for room. Try to get it to Felicia Marquez, but it's defended away by Allan Hancock once again. And they'll get it out to Zora Koulibaly. Koulibaly with a long move on it, but had Solar come over and kind of bump her off, forced her to get rid of it. Good step-up defense by Vivian Martinez to take away the pass from Raquel Schmid. Canyons will try and work back the other way on a counter.
And I think one of the reasons, too, other than having a high press on the Cougar side, they're doing a great job of staying organized defensively. And they're cutting off the angles of the Bulldogs' passes. And it's leaving room to just pick up the ball and get possession back.
Good move from Striegel, but her pass was going the wrong direction for Frederick, who was cutting back to the middle of the field to try and open up to her. This one bounces out. Solar takes it, drops it off to Goodman. Goodman moving to the top of the box. Takes a left-footed strike towards the far corner, bounces wide of the goal. Canyon's not going to get a touch on it, and so it's going to be a goal kick coming for Allan Hancock.
I'm glad to see her taking shots, especially with her left foot. She keeps going, and she'll get one in there. And coming from a outside wing. It's always a little disorienting for the other team when you have outside wings get involved in the offense. Just a little tiring for them.
And the pressure from Canyons right now, especially, this is a Santa Barbara team, or not Santa Barbara team, an Allan Hancock team that's from a little bit north, a little bit more towards the coast. It's a little cooler where they play. So the heat may play a little bit of a factor in helping Canyons, although it is starting to cool off, which is rather nice.
Down. Yes.
Sun's starting to set here at the Cougar soccer facility. Ball to the middle of the field. Striegel again. There's Allan Hancock back the other way. Koulibaly one-on-one with Solar. Solar staying right with her. Koulibaly gets a soft shot off that Haley Bench able to knock down easily.
I think that was the first sort of attack we've seen.
I know, they're coming. There's Canyons going back to work. Williamson, long shot from her, and it's going to go in. Williamson from about 30 out. A long shot that goes over the head of Allie Lemon, and the Cougars have a 1-0 lead here in the first. So a goal for Williamson, her third of the year, and Canyons with a 1-0 lead here over Allan Hancock. That was a deep shot from Williamson, just floated it up in the air. Hard to defend for Lemon. Canyons will take him any way you can get him.
I mean, why not take the shot? Got to test the keeper. We didn't know how she is with shots wide or from the outside, and it was a well-placed shot.
So 1-0 Canyons lead. As Williamson, her third of the year. The Cougars trying to get on another attack. Just couldn't get anything clean that time. Lots of communication going on out from both sides. Canyons again trying to get out on an attack here. Garcia had an opportunity that time, couldn't do much with it. This one will roll out. It'll be Canyons' ball.
I like seeing that from Garcia. I mean, she went in and she got the ball away and made that happen, and then she stayed up there for a little bit. love to see her involved in the attack with the way she's able to handle the ball.
Cougars trying to force a corner here. I think it's just going to be played out. It's going to be, or no, it's going to stay in play here for the moment. Canyon's trying to work. Ball rolling towards the edge and goes out of play. So it'll be Canyon's throw in here. Sorry, we're doing a couple things at once, trying to get our scoreboard operational.
I like the idea there. I just think we need to have a little more communication with who we are playing through.
Canyons again trying to work it ahead. They get it to Striegel, who's behind the defense for a moment. Graciliano coming back. Striegel will take a shot. It bounces off the post and goes in. It went off of Lemon's hands, off the post and in. And the Cougars with a 2-0 lead as Striegel firing away for her 5th of the year to make it 2-0 Canyons.
Just a little bit of a misjudgment in the air by our defender there. And Striegel kept that run going, and that's why she got that in.
Second deep strike of the match for Canyons. Striegel just drives it right on.
I mean, if it's working, keep doing it, right?
Lemon got a hand on it, got two hands on it, but it kind of spun off her mitts and went over her shoulder, bounced off the post, and then just caromed in. So a little unlucky as well.
Yeah, I think it was the way Striegel striked it too. It wasn't like a direct shot. Like the ball had some spin on it. It was hard and it had some spin on it, and I think she was not expecting that.
So 2-0 Canyons, 2 goals here in the midway point of the first half. One from Williamson, the other from Striegel. Now Victoria Martinez trying to set something up. Her through ball was knocked down and taken by Allan Hancock, cleared out to midfield. There's Raquel Schmid. Got it up to Koulibaly. Koulibaly trying to work. Sends it down towards the near side corner. Janelle Partida trying to run onto it. Cut off that time by Layla Goodman. Played back to Sophia Solar, who drives it up towards midfield. Good step up that time from Angela Gonzalez. Get some help here from from Janet Davalos. Now Gonzalez again. Played it on the outside to Partida, but it's taken away from her, and Canyon's going back the other direction. Striegel got knocked down, had a giggle about it. And it'll be Allan Hancock throw in here. Too much walking forward that time for the Bulldogs as Angela Gonzalez was trying to gain a little bit. Not the first player to do that. Won't be the last.
Absolutely not. I haven't seen too much of an attack from Allan Hancock yet. And I think that's due to the fact that they leave one player up top, and they've been defending. So no matter what, she's always going to be up top. However, when she gets the ball, everyone has to run back up there and give her some options. And that does make it a little difficult because she's going to have to hold the ball up there while, the Cougar defense closes in on her.
You talk about Koulibaly this year. 5 goals, 2 assists, 12 points, leading the way for Allan Hancock. She is their leader on the offensive attack. And being the lone striker up there, it's really on her shoulders, something we actually have seen from College of the Canyons over the last number of years, maybe a little different this year, as it's a multifaceted attack for the Cougars, but puts that extra pressure on just that striker to find one.
Yeah, and the Cougars know how to defend that because they've been doing that. And I think that's how they practice. That's how they know. So it might make it a little easier for them at the moment to know how to handle her.
Brasiliano, a good job defending that time as Striegel and Martinez were trying to work for a loose ball and play it ahead. If they were able to get it, Victoria Martinez would have been gone. Now Vivian with a run here. Looking for her sister who's running back through the middle. She's going to run onto it at the top of the box. Drives it towards, and she finds the back of the net. Third goal here in the first half for College of the Canyons. Victoria Martinez from Vivian Martinez. For Victoria, her third of the year.
That's got to be fun. Assisting your sister.
I'm sure it's something they've thought about, talked about quite a bit over their lives.
The first time.
Yep. Comes in the 22nd minute. So Cougars goals in the 15th, 19th, and 22nd minute.
That one came off a turnover from the Bulldogs. Again, with the Cougars being in the right positions and keeping their structure and knowing when to step and when not to step, and exactly what happened.
So 2-0 advantage, or 3-0 advantage, scratch that for College of the Canyons. Solid start for the Cougars. Again, this is a Canyons team trying to find their way on the attack. Here's Williamson trying to find her second. Got knocked down. They'll play the advantage, though. She was tripped up cutting through, and the official just says play on. Almost think if you're Canyons, you want the whistle for the foul.
I thought maybe she was gonna call it after she went to the side there. And Williamson's very good at that. She's very good at moving a little slow and then turning it on real fast. And the defense doesn't expect it and a little slow on that, and which is why we see her get tripped up there.
Well, I mean, you expect that of a Canyon High School grad.
Oh yeah, I know that.
You and me both. Here we go. Martinez cuts back to the middle, looking for her second. She's got it. Martinez with another, and Canyons has stretched it out to 4-0. So Martinez ties herself for the team lead with her 5th of the season.
Goal number 11, Victoria Martinez, assisted by number 22, Ashley Striegel.
Striegel will pick up an assist. Canyons has busted this one open in the first half. Ruby Mayers coming into the game, goal in the 24th minute for Williamson. Amy Fimbres came in for Canyons.
Oh.
And Ashley Striegel going to get a card here. For Striegel, that's going to be her 3rd yellow of the season.
I'm actually a little surprised on that. Not that I don't think the foul is definitely unnecessary. I'm just surprised because I don't think she gave any warning at all.
No, that's been the first whistle really today that we've had for any sort of contact. Solar cutting across will volley this one out of play. It'll be a throw-in for Allan Hancock. 18:15 to go. here in this first half. 4 goals in the first half for College of the Canyons. 2 by Victoria Martinez. 1 from Williamson and 1 from Striegel. But on the near side touchline. Striegel right back in there. It's got to be careful now with that one yellow. This one comes in towards goal. Koulibaly knocked it away from bench. Canyon's there to clean it up. Talked about that attention to detail from COC, and they did a good job making sure they were back to take away opportunities with some layers.
Yeah, they're very structured. Not that they weren't structured last time. I just think Santa Barbara had a little bit more of an attack going, and that made for more moving parts for the Cougars to pay attention to.
Well, in that game a week ago, it was their first in almost 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And Santa Barbara plays with, we talked about it a lot on the webcast, a ton of pace.
Yes.
They were attack, attack, attack. And really, I think that kind of got to Canyons a little bit early on in the match. I don't know about you, but maybe not having your legs under you quite as much.
Yeah, definitely. Having a couple weeks off does make it a little difficult to get. I wouldn't even just say your legs involved, but just mentally in game mode.
Right now, it's 4-0, though. Cougars certainly in game mode here today. So they've dropped a 4 spot in the first half. Trying to go back to work for more here. This one taken down in the box. No foul called. We play on. Mari certainly thought there should have been a whistle.
I didn't touch the ball, to be honest.
I saw your head tilt. You think I didn't see that? No whistle, though, so we play on.
She's a good ref. I like having her around, though. She's been good over the years.
You can we kind of joke with her a lot. She's one of the better ones we get out here on a regular basis. Paige McGee checking in for Canyons.
Taking Striegel out might be a good choice due to the yellow that she just received. There's no point in risking that right now.
Another substitution coming here. Polito coming in. Indians get a free kick from a dangerous spot here. They'll touch short. Marquez will try and drive this one towards the middle. Volley in the direction of the goal by Layla Goodman. That's a nice little set piece from King.
Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. That was fun.
That was a new wrinkle. We haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
here.
I'm a little surprised by that. I feel like it was more unpredictable.
Yeah, and that's one thing we've seen a lot of with Canyons this year in terms of their set pieces. You can kind of predict what's coming. It's very methodical, but that one was a lot different looking than we've seen all year long.
Yeah, I think if Goodman had held off her run just a tiny bit and gotten her head on it, I think that would have been a really good opportunity on goal.
It had some bend back to it towards the goal. It was very well designed.
Yeah.
Just not able to connect on it. Here's Frederick now for Canyons. She'll play it back to Solar. Garcia bumped off the ball. Monteforti coming over to help out. Now Garcia with it again in the midfield area. Back to Solar to kind of control, and now back to Haley Bench. Bench hasn't been challenged really at all today. Cougars have done a good job really holding possession. Fortunately, we don't keep possession metrics here at the Cougar soccer facility. I tried last year. I couldn't keep up. Trying to call the game, switch the cameras, do the scoreboard, and keep metrics. It did not work. But I would say
Jack of all trades, Matt.
I would say it was probably about 75%. Is that one just driven up and over? Lemon got a hand on it as it was a late attack that by, I think it was Monty 40 that got the shot off on the far side.
So I think you're right.
Kind of a little bit of a broken play, and it'll be a Canyons corner kick here.
It was a pretty hard shot from her. I don't think I've seen that from her yet.
Plenty of pace behind it, so the Cougars will get another chance to set one up here.
And this is really good for the Cougars to have all these opportunities to know, hey, I can shoot from out here. It just builds your confidence, and that's what we want going as we continue into the season and into conference.
I say it a lot, and I'll say it again. You miss 100% of the shots you do not take.
I said it. Is that Wayne Gretzky or
Gretzky?
Michael Scott?
Depending on what you watch and what you know. This one served in. Williamson just touched it wide. I think there was an offside flag anyway, or was it pointing for a goal kick? I did not see.
I
thought I heard a
tell.
whistle, but we were too busy laughing at Wayne Gretzky or Michael Scott. Of course, if you don't know who
Never
Wayne
gets it.
Gretzky is,
Or Michael Scott.
well, I was going to get there. A very famous NHL player, perhaps the greatest of all time
Same.
in most people's minds. Played for the Los Angeles Kings, along with the Edmonton Oilers and the New York Rangers and the St. Louis Blues for a half a season. And Michael Scott, the world's greatest boss.
The GOAT of The Office.
From The Office. Of course, played by the great Steve Carell.
Told myself I wasn't going to talk about The Office.
Well, doesn't help it when I set you tee up for it. Lights just switched on and Solar able to get a takeaway. Falling on evening time here in Santa Clarita. Told yourself you wouldn't talk about The
I
Office.
did. Said we had to rein in it a little bit.
No. We're having Cougars are having fun with a 4-0 lead here. About 10 minutes to go in the first half. It has been all Canyons. Allan Hancock really has had one opportunity near goal, and it really wasn't a dangerous one. It was kind of a ball that just bounced away from bench, and the Cougars were there in layers to clean it up. Otherwise, it's been all College of the Canyons here.
Yeah, but this is still one of those you don't want to give up a goal in this, and it's a good way to practice keeping your structure throughout the game and not letting down mentally, which is the 2 goals we saw last week in Santa Barbara. You know, it was just a simple 10-second letdown, and it led to that breakthrough.
I think the difference too this year for this Cougars squad, the roster is a little lighter than it has been. A few less bodies. Last year we would have seen by this point in time with a 4-0 lead, pretty much a whole new lineup out on the field for the Lady Cougars. Today it's the same starters with the exception of Fimbres in there to kind of take over as Canyons trying to get something going. Fimbres, little side foot shot with her right foot, swings it on, and a good save by Lemon.
You know, and something the Cougars have continued to do well, which I had always harped on, was that first ball, first touch. I think they've been doing a good job consistently of winning the ball in the middle of the field off goal kicks to keep possession. I mean, to me, that's one of the biggest things that you need to do. You need to be on that first ball. If not the first, you're right on the second.
Yeah, I think this has been their best game in terms of that this year that we've seen, and maybe even over the last 3 years.
Yeah, no, I agree. I definitely agree. I mean, it's been setting them up for more opportunities.
And explain why that's so important for those at home that maybe don't know why that's such an important part of the game.
I mean, that was drilled into me from in club. My coach drilled that into us. We were going to be the first to the ball. We were going to set that precedent that they know we're on the ball. This is a challenge every single time. We're not just giving it to you. And that's not only physically setting you up for opportunities, but it's mentally saying, hey, we're here, we're going to be here the whole game.
Some nifty footwork by Vivian Martinez along the touchline to save that ball in play, as Santa Barbara, Allan Hancock had a opportunity to cut in and just could not. Again, we talk about second touch, Fimbres on it. Monteforti trying to chip it back to Fimbres, who will run down the far side touchline and play it further down. The Bulldogs will take over. Here's Marquez for College of the Canyons. Now to Garcia. Williamson trying to make her run. Garcia trying to figure out a way to get it to her, and does. Williamson now into the middle, was looking for Fimbres, who was making a run, but she got stopped up by a Bulldog defender. And coming out is Allie Lemon for Allan Hancock. Again, another good first touch that time from Solar to pop the ball back onto the Allan Hancock side of midfield.
Yeah, and the more we do it, the more you're gonna be better. You're gonna be better at judging the ball, and that's gonna be really important when you get into conference and when we see tougher opponents and into postseason play.
Western State Conference South Division always very highly contested. There's a chance on, hits the post and goes in. Amy Fimbres with a shot that finds the back, her second of the year. And Canyons has a 5-0 lead.
Number 25, Amy Fimbres. Assisted by number 23, Bailey Williamson.
I like that quick shot there. That's gonna work against anyone. One bounce, one shot.
For Fimbres, her second of the year. Go ahead, Mari.
A great shot, but that was fantastic. I don't think any keeper's getting to that one.
Struck it off the near side post. Saw it carry him back home. Her second of the year, the fifth of the match for Canyons. We're inside 6 minutes. And the Cougars have a stranglehold on this one. Goals from Williamson, Striegel, 2 from Victoria Martinez, and the last one from Amy Fimbres. Canyons still no let up. Every chance they get putting pressure on Allan Hancock. Here's McGee. Fakes the defender, brings it forward. Got it to Frederick. Frederick trying to work it down the near touchline. Send it towards the top of the box. Picked up by Mayers. Mayers into the middle of the field. Davalos back onto the outside. Gonzalez. Good step up by Monteforti to get there before Raquel Schmid could get there. And Canyons will work back the other direction. Pass a little bit behind Williamson from Goodman that time. Williamson will get it to Marquez. Marquez trying to get it onto the run of Monteforti. Will cut down onto it into the corner. Service towards the middle, but it hits off the side of the goal as it never quite bent back to the middle of the field. That'll be a goal kick for the Bulldogs here. Monteforti now onto it. Coulibaly right there. Canyons have got a good job bottling her up, making sure Zora Coulibaly can't get anything going. Sophomore out of Santa Maria, St. Joseph's High School grad. Just has not been able to do anything. Good combination to Garcia. She's got a chance to run with it here. Still working into the top of the box. Strikes one with the right foot and missed it. Just over on the near side, trying to go near post to her. But just couldn't get it on. Inside 4 minutes to go here in the first half. It's been all College of the Canyons so far. Just want to roll in towards Bench, who will just pick it up. Bench has not been active at all today. Hasn't had to be, other than 1 or 2 plays down in the box. Credit the Canyons defense today, really forging ahead, turning defense into offense. Here's a chance. Williamson, good first touch. Tries to get it to Fimbres on a cut. defended away for a moment by Allan Hancock, and they'll just play it out for a throw-in.
I mean, really, the only offense we've seen from the Bulldogs is from their number 9, Koulibaly. That's really seems to be what they've tried to work through from the offense that we've seen from them. So come the second half, if they move forward in other players, I think the Cougars are going to have to adjust to that.
Foul called against Williamson that time.
And really, they should. I think halftime that should be a point they make, and I think it would do them a little good just to switch it up a little bit. Just like I said, the Cougars just know how to defend this. It's just ingrained in them.
Well, at some point, I would imagine if you're Allan Hancock and Adam Vidage, their head coach, tactic change has to come trailing by 5. Or Billy Vidage, excuse me, not Adam Vidage. Trailing by 5, you've got to find attacks anywhere you can get them. And so far, you haven't had any, really, as the Cougars have defended it well and really controlled the ball. We were talking about that time of possession metric that we unfortunately don't keep, but I would say it's probably a good 85% in favor of Canyons right now in the match. Fortunately, we have not developed the funds to get that advanced statistical tracker. Our director of public relations, athletic communications, and sports information, Jesse Munoz, says, "Check it. It'll be in the post game report." He goes and breaks down every match for you on cocathletics.com. Provided their stats given for us. Frederick was knocked down.
It's also talking about possession here. It comes from the Cougars' structure. They have stayed structured.
This one rolls out of play.
They have stayed structured through offense and defense. And if they lose the ball, they're right back on it.
Now Hancock will go to throw in here. Gonzalez will move forward. Sends it down the touchline. Goes out off of Allan Hancock, and it'll be a Canyons throw-in. So it's always a question that I've had. On throws, when you throw it down the touchline, why throw it down the touchline like that? Why give the other team an opportunity just to slow it down? I don't understand it. Maybe you can fill me in.
If they feel there's no other option, I feel that's why they do that. I mean, maybe trusting your forward, hoping your forward's going to get there.
I feel like more often than not in both the men's and the women's game, though, that results in a throw-in for the other side.
I never liked it.
Because you've bottled yourself into a corner, essentially.
Yeah, as a forward, I never liked getting that ball thrown into me just because it's just a hard ball to receive and get out of. Whether, your option is to a quick one-touch back to the thrower, but usually someone has stepped in by that point into that space, or you better have some really good footwork and be really fast.
And especially straight down the touchline. I understand a little angle down the touchline, but that straight down the touchline
It really limits you. Yeah. But, when you don't have the options.
See, that's why you're here, to educate me and those at home that may not know, like I don't know. Is this one going to roll to the touchline and come out? He's ready to catch some players as they came running over to the table. Another throw in, that one back to the middle of the field. Koulibaly defended. Good play that time for that, and that's a smart play from Lexi Frederick. We talk about along the touchline, knowing you have a pressure on you, just bouncing it off them, getting Canyons a chance to kind of reset under 2 minutes here, and really on the official's whistle now, as the clock is off, and that will do it for the first half. Canyons a 5-goal first half. 2 from Victoria Martinez, 1 from Williamson, Striegel, and Fimbres. 5-0. Second half action. We come back here on the Cougar Sports Network.
Hey there, Cougar. I forgot the Cougar's name.
Oh, I know it is. Wait, I forgot its name too.
Hey, bro, what's that cat's name again?
I have no idea. Who is that again? I forgot.
Who is that?
Hey, do you need help getting registered? Let's find your schedule. What's your name again?
Hey, Cooper, come on in. Are you here for a student ID card?
Oh, it's Cooper. The Cougar's name is Cooper.
Oh, Cooper.
I don't know. Man, I don't know, man. Man, that's Cooper, man.
That's Cooper.
Cooper the Cougar. Yeah, that's Cooper. Okay.
Wait, isn't your name Cooper?
Here we go, Cooper. 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Hey, Chancellor, Cooper is here to see you.
Cooper, thanks for coming in to see me, but I have just one question for you. What's your last name?
Here we go again.
Welcome to College of the Canyons, where students become the success stories of tomorrow. Whether you're already in the workforce or just getting started, our flexible schedules are a game changer. And students don't just earn degrees, they catapult into desirable careers in top 4-year universities for just $46 per unit. Quality education without crushing debt. Ditch the cookie-cutter mold of college and make college work for you. Register now at canyons.edu/schedule.
The Jersey Mike's catering box is the easiest way to feed your friends. The hard part is picking your sub. That's why we're having a draft. With the first pick, Sarah from Carolina selects number 13, the original Italian.
You know, I trusted my gut, and that's exactly where the sub's gonna go, so.
Hold on, we've got a trade. Jake traded his second pick with me, because I'm starved. Freshly sliced subs to go, wherever you and your friends go. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Whether we're on the move or stuck in one place, it's with us, comforting, healing, and transforming lives. It's the power of you. With 4 world-class hospitals and over 170 clinics across Southern California, together, we're building a healthier community. We're your neighbors, your friends, your family. It begins with you. UCLA Health.
Can I get it Mike's way? What's happening?
And your free sub. Enjoy.
That was super weird.
Oh, that? Nah. She just used the shore points you can now earn from chip and drink purchases to get free sub through the app. Download the Jersey Mike's app and earn rewards towards free subs with every sub, Pepsi, and Lay's you purchase.
Make hosting your next event easy with the Dr. Diane G. Van Hook University Center. With over 30 meeting spaces, wireless video teleconferencing capabilities, food service, and technical support available, the University Center has everything you need to make your next event shine. Conveniently located near the 5 and 14 freeways in Santa Clarita, the University Center offers easy access to local airports and many attractions, making it the ideal meeting place for everyone. To learn more about our rental options or to book now, visit canyons.edu/University Center.
Welcome back into the Cougar soccer facility as we get ready for second half action. College of the Canyons, Allan Hancock, Bulldogs trailing the Cougars 5-0. Canyons with 5 first half goals. Getting ready to start the second half. We have a change in goal here in the second half for College of the Canyons. Annabella Gonzalez getting her first opportunity of the season will patrol the goal frame for College of the Canyons. I wanted to call it a goal cage, but that's hockey, not soccer, so we'll stay away from that. That's why I had to pause myself there. So here's Felicia Marquez trying to ship it on. McGee trying to work forward, but it was just out of her reach. But an opening look ahead for Canyons that time.
Looks like they kept Striegel out and put Ashley Folger in, which I think is a good idea. Get Folger some more minutes and then keep Ashley safe as she's already on a yellow card.
Yeah, and it's her third of the year. So now you get into the fact that another, I think, 2? Is it 5?
I think it's 5,
Yeah.
and then you have to miss a match.
You certainly don't want that going into conference season. Folger, 4 games played so far this year. Doesn't have a goal or an assist, but getting an opportunity to work here. Allan Hancock trying to go on an attack right now. This one's sent towards goal, and Annabella Gonzalez gets her first action of the year, a simple scoop up. And she'll drive it away here in just a moment. So rolling down towards Allan Hancock's side. Williamson knocking it out. She stepped up to try and take it away from one of the Bulldogs. Back the other way goes Allan Hancock. Ponce trying to send it ahead. Koulibaly was looking for it, but the Cougars will just control, play it back to Gonzalez. Vivian Martinez now to Garcia. Pressured from behind, but was able to get it to Solar. Solar back through the middle. Frederick able to get a takeaway for a moment, but lost it. Again, Allan Hancock trying to work it to Koulibaly. Garcia once again right there with some physicality, and she draws a whistle for a foul.
Like the ref having a little bit of a word with the Bulldogs player there for that.
Here goes Canyons back the other way now. Monteforti with it. Gets it to Williamson. Williamson, middle of the field. Victoria Martinez touches it off to Felicia Marquez. She couldn't find a clean handle on the first opportunity. Got pressured by a couple of Allan Hancock defenders. They get it out to Koulibaly. Solar trying to stay right with her. Koulibaly just forced to the sidelines for the moment. Cuts back to the middle. Solar still there. Solar able to knock the ball away. Allan Hancock wanted a foul, didn't get it. But they'll retain control. Maya sends it down. Monteforti drives it off of a body and out. And actually it's going to be off of Monteforti. Schmid was right there with her. It's a throw-in for Allan Hancock. Ciliano has it for this moment. Williamson gets a takeaway. Williamson, good ball ahead. Martinez trying to get onto it. And smartly just played out by Ruby Mayers.
I mean, so far, I think we've seen a little bit more aggression offensively from the Bulldogs. We've seen a little more, I'd say, willpower to move forward.
And you got to think about they've got to put on some sort of attack here, trailing by 5, even just to try and build something for their next match, if not come from behind in what would be nothing short of a miracle comeback here on the pitch.
But, I mean, anything at this point in the season is going to help you prepare for conference. And
one more non-conference game for Allan Hancock on Friday against Santa Monica, another road contest. And they'll be back on the road to start their regular season in the WSC North against Santa Barbara on the first on the road before coming back home after a long 4-game road trip against LA Pierce on October 4th. For College of the Canyons, their conference season starts on Tuesday next week versus Glendale. Doubleheader on the men's and the women's side starting at 4 o'clock. The women will be in action first. Men will be in action at 6:30. We'll have it for you here on the Cougar Sports Network as College of the Canyons. The men will play Chaffee College. College of the Canyons men's program not quite in WSC South play. The men's division in the WSC South a little bit lighter than the women's division in terms of teams. Substitutions coming for Allan Hancock. Trio of them. Bulldogs trying to find something here. But again, College of the Canyons doing a very good job keeping the ball away from their goal. This one, or excuse me, College of Canyons doing a very good job of getting a chance on goal. I'm still in the first half thinking we're defending to the right.
Happens.
That's terrible.
Sometimes happens to refs.
Yeah, that's terrible to me. But always trying to get better as we'll go back to work here. This one driven away by Allan Hancock. Did not see who the subs were. Did not get a...
I saw one of them up top for their number 9. Bulldogs number 9, Koulibaly, went out, and we had Selena Heredia come in. Heredia. And she's in that number 9 position now. So I'm curious offensively if the Bulldogs are going to stick with their kind of play through that number 9 up top and see what she does differently up top.
Get a whistle for a foul after Canyons got to play the advantage for a moment, but didn't turn into anything. So they'll get a free kick from about halfway down from the midfield stripe. Call it about 30 out, maybe 35. Solar looked like she wanted to walk over and take it, but I think Marquez called her off, said, no, it's mine.
Marquez worked for a shot a few minutes ago. And that was a kind of, she worked herself for that shot and got through a couple players, and it wasn't a bad shot, just a little bit wide.
She sent that one up over the goal that time. Sent out towards midfield. Here's Monteforti. Played back to Solar. Back to Martinez. Good footwork again by Martinez. This is the second time we've seen Martinez slip a Allan Hancock attacker.
Yeah, I love to see that, especially on defense. I mean, the Cougars seem to be very aware of where their attackers are coming from, or defending. I guess where the defenders are coming from.
And the confidence on the ball from Vivian Martinez today, something we've seen grow over the last year plus.
Yeah.
And just looks extra comfortable back there with it. Solar plays this one away. Williamson will drop it back to Garcia, who wanted to one-touch it to Monteforti, but it was behind her. So Monteforti has to turn around, retreat, and she'll just play it back to Martinez.
I know that's one of those where we can make those mistakes right now. But I think it's important to stay disciplined, even being up 5-0, because you're not always going to have that lead against other teams that are attacking more.
Here's Garcia on a run. Lots of room for Garcia to operate. She'll send it onto the near side wing to Monteforti. Trying to go 1v1. Cuts it back with her left foot. Now back to her right, working down towards the end line. Defended away for the moment. Played back to Williamson. Her cross knocked down by Allan Hancock. Bounces off a body. Vivian Martinez looking for another, and she's knocked down. Scratch that. Victoria Martinez knocked down in the box that time. And Victoria will earn a penalty for Canyons here.
Not a bad foul. I think it was going to be a goal, but You know, I am actually a little bit surprised she did not pull out a card there.
Victoria with a chance for the hat trick. Instead, it'll be Marquez to take this penalty. So it'll be a tough test here for Lemon. Marquez has not attempted a penalty this year. Canyons only one penalty on the season and did not convert on it. That was on Tuesday last week against Santa Barbara. And this one converts for Marquez. Felicia Marquez gets her first goal of the season on a penalty produced by Victoria Martinez, as Canyons with a 6-0 advantage. So much better look that time on the PK for COC. Substitution for Allan Hancock here. Get it for you in a second.
Going to be Anna Ponce out and Janelle Partida is in.
You, Mari? For Marquez in the 56th minute, her first of the year. Canyons a 6-0 advantage, so, and they have continued to press the attack.
Oh, excuse me, I was wrong. Oh wait, no, I was.
You were right.
I was right. I was right.
Lexi Frederick down on the turf gets a whistle here, so we'll have a drop ball. Canyons with some of the reserves getting loose. Garcia pinching down to take this one. Now she'll strike it with the right foot. And a good save by Lemon. Good look from Garcia, though,
Yeah, I love
driving in.
Love to see it. Like to see her take some more, too.
Yeah, Garcia, not a lot of shots this year.
She keeps taking shots. She proves to be very good back on defense, distributing and shooting. That's a tough player to deal with.
Marquez, a long strike, hits the top bar. Now Martinez again, looking for her third shot, was blocked. And Lemon knocks it down, and we'll get a whistle. As it looks like Frederick down once again. Talking about Martinez, just 3 shots on the year coming into the match. So that was her fourth, not Martinez, excuse me, Garcia. I think Frederick will likely come off the field after Patty Villanueva will check on her here. The athletic training staff. Certified athletic training staff. Amy will get mad at me if I don't give the full title there.
I think a lot of trainers would.
Yeah.
Athletic trainers.
Certified.
I'm sure.
Certified athletic trainers.
They should have their title said. They are very helpful, and they kept me going throughout my career and past.
Huge part of the all-time leading scorer in College of the Canyons women's soccer history. Single season record holder as well. Yeah, I'm going to do it every time.
Shout out Chad Peters and Sarah Ursom for keeping me good.
Chad Peters now the Dean of Athletics and Kinesiology here at College of the Canyons. Sarah Ursom off to Texas now. We miss her very much. We know she's watching and rooting from home. Canyons trying to go back to work on an attack here. Victoria Martinez all around the ball again. Williamson got taken down. I think she's okay and is just laughing. And now she's mad she wanted a foul. So we play on. Kiana Madera into the game for Frederick on the far side of the field, by the way.
Is this the first time she's on the field today? Madera?
Mm-hmm.
She's usually out there a little before.
Madera trying to collect that one. It was knocked away. Schmid had it for the moment. Paige McGee was in there, knocked down one of the Allan Hancock players. Now Allan Hancock trying to work back the other way. Monteforti defends that pass back down on the Allan Hancock side of midfield. There was an offside flag on the near side.
Going back to the foul that Williamson, wanted. These are the type of games where you want to be careful running into those tackles when you're up 6-0. You want to keep playing hard, but it's almost like, is it worth it to do that? Is it, it would just be such a shame to, go in for a tackle and something to happen, and then you're out for the next couple games.
And we've talked about the bumps and bruises of a season, the grind of it as well. And with your conference season looming, it's that question of, okay, yeah, we got to keep going, but at the same time, like you were saying, we got to stay healthy as well, especially because there's such an emphasis on conference play in the 3C2A. Canyons with 2 losses so far this year, looking like they're going to pick up their 4th win here today with a 6-0 lead. About 28 minutes and some change to go. And those are all very important early on in the season, but it's even more important to go through your conference season with as many wins as possible.
Yeah.
Try and get yourself a conference title, get yourself an auto bid into the state playoffs where anything can really happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it's such a competitive 3C2A slate, especially in the Western State Conference South. We talked about it earlier. We never quite finished the thought. WSC South, super competitive. Citrus, Santa Monica, Antelope Valley, Bakersfield, LA Valley, all really good teams. Glendale right there as well. It's never really a night off for anybody. And we've seen it in years past where they just beat on each other all year long. You're lucky to survive with 3 losses in the Western State.
And also,
South.
another reason to take advantage of these high-scoring games, get your reserves in, get them some minutes. Have them get used to playing with each other in a game setting.
You look at the records in the WSC South, and everybody but Citrus with 2 losses on their record so far this year. Citrus 2-0-1 would lead the way currently in terms of the non-conference slate. Of course, standings only matter once conference play begins. But you talk about just a very balanced conference from top to bottom. Maybe not the cream of the crop in terms of the 3C2A. Chaffee usually one of those teams that's right near the top, especially from the southern side. There's a few others that come to mind. Mount San Antonio generally has a pretty good program. San Diego Mesa is usually one that's a decent program as well. Saddleback College as well. Although Canyons has have a win over San Diego Mesa 4-1 this year. So it's a supremely competitive southern section. Cypress, Pasadena City, and Chaffee 1, 2, 3 right now in the 3C2A state rankings. Those teams are all very good. You talk about Pasadena City out of the South Coast Conference North Division. You talk about Cypress out of the Orange Empire, and Chaffee out of, I want to say, the Inland Empire Athletic, and I'm correct on that. The Inland Empire Athletic. All 3 of those teams extremely good. Southwestern actually has a really good program this year, 6-0-0. That was a season ago. Remember, Southwestern almost didn't have a program, lost a program, and had to kind of come back
some
through.
Work.
Yep.
Good for them.
Saddleback 2-1-1 so far in the year, so it's a very competitive southern part of the 3C2A.
Back on the pitch, number 25, Andy Fimber.
Fimbres back in. Canyon's trying to get back to work. Here's Marquez dumping off Garcia. Garcia, a long strike with the right foot. She scores! Huge celebration for Alexa Garcia, her first goal of the year.
Oh, number 4, Alexa Garcia, her first for the season.
A 30-foot strike from the midfielder in the 65th minute. And Canyons with a 7-0 lead. And this approaching that 8-0 score from 2018 when Canyons routed Allan Hancock in the regular season, the last time these two teams met. Cougars trying to continue on this pace. Neither Annabella Gonzalez or Haley Bench have been active today in terms of shots against. Both have been a good part of controlling the ball, and the Cougars control again. Here's McGee.
We've seen the Bulldogs this half. Like I said, they've come out a little more aggressive, and that includes defensively. I mean, they've had how many fouls called on them, but they are high pressing, it looks like now up top. When the ball gets pushed down like it just did to Gonzalez down there. And, you know, it can be good and bad. It's just rough when the Cougars make one pass right through there, and then you have to rush back because you only have 5 players behind the ball. But it does seem like they talked about that at halftime and have made some adjustments in that area.
And credit Canyons on converting on their open looks so far today. We've seen, I think, all but one goal have come from outside the 18-yard box.
I mean, it worked. Whenever you get into a game, you don't know the keeper, you test the keeper in all the ways that you can, and the Cougars found out what works for them and why not take these shots from wide.
I think all but 2, actually. We had a PK. I think one of Victoria Martinez's from inside the box, the PK, obviously, but everything else just firing away.
And it's giving them confidence, too. It's giving these players confidence, like Garcia. Why not take a shot from out there? See what we can do. And that was a hell of a shot.
Just under 23 minutes to go here. 7-0 Canyons. Cougars have controlled from the start. Scored in the 15th minute, Bailey Williamson with her 3rd of the year, and that opened the floodgates. Striegel with her 5th. Victoria Martinez with her 4th and 5th. And then Fimbres with her 2nd, all coming in the first half. And then Marquez, her 1st on a PK. Garcia, her 1st just a few moments ago here in the second half. The Cougars in firm control of this one en route to their 4th win of the regular season.
The Cougars are doing a really good job, I've noticed, of knowing where they're going to go before they even receive the ball. And, I mean, I think that's also why they've kept possession all night. It's been some quick passes through them.
Marquez, another drive. That one deflects off the crossbar. And then Lemon able to gather it back. Lemon got her hands on the first one, bounced off the crossbar, rolled on the crossbar, then bounced back on the turf. It's almost the second time Lemon's had one bounce off the post and in after she made contact with it. It's Marquez, another long shot, and this time Lemon gathers it rather easily. And Canyons just continues to fire away. And you talked about knowing where they're going to go with the ball, having a lot of confidence with the ball. How much of that comes off of their good first touches today? Because we talked about it in the first half. The first touch, the second touch have all been solid. That last chance from Marquez really created off her first touch.
I mean, we've seen them do one-touch passes, and that's the best way to do it if you can. And that's what I was talking about right there in the midfield. They know where they're going before, and they're doing it, and they're executing. And that's really hard to defend. At that point, you're chasing.
Madera kind of bumped off the ball, able to get it back from Pulido. Then Marquez tripped up from behind, and that's going to be a foul on Maggie Maya. Solar going to take this one. Just inside the center circle on the Allan Hancock side of midfield. Solar will just drop it softly to Garcia. Garcia with space, takes a shot, looking for her second, and she has it! Garcia with back-to-back goals, and Canyons with an 8-0 lead.
Same thing, confident. She knew she had it. I mean, you saw her look for it. You saw the windup. We knew she was doing it, and she executed exactly how she wanted to execute.
So Garcia with a big output today, too. And remember, this is a Canyons offense that coming into the match had only scored 12 goals on the season. Now up to 20 on the year, with 8 of them coming today, an 8-0 advantage. 2 of them from Alexa Garcia, 2 of them from Victoria Martinez, Williamson, Strigo, Fimbres, and Marquez, all with goals. And the Cougars with an 8-0 advantage. McGee gets a takeaway. McGee now trying to work it ahead. Wanted to work it onto the outside to Emma Wenz, but defended away. Canyons will recover. McGee back to the middle of the field. Madera controls. Plays back to Marquez. We'll get it back to Vivian Martinez. Now to Monteforti on the near side. Touchline. Monteforti trying to look for some service. Now we'll cut it back to the middle. Rolls it into the box with the left foot. Defended away by Allan Hancock. Picked up by Partida and played off to the near side to Schmid. Schmid with Garcia trying to track her down. They get tied up. Little grab from Garcia is going to get a whistle.
Seems slightly unnecessary at this point in the match, but
everybody playing hard here.
I mean, we've definitely seen a difference in the Bulldogs the second half, and I commend them for continuing and even building their, I don't want to say aggression in a bad way, but their drive offensively. And it's tough being down 8-0, and I mean, and seeing that score build from halftime, but continuing to fight. It's good to see.
Shot from Graciliano on the free kick that Gonzalez catches. This one played right back to us, and Mari with a good touch.
Look at that first touch.
She's not the all-time leading goal scorer in Canyons women's soccer history for a reason, folks.
Still using it.
I was trying, but my legs aren't quite long enough. I would have just fumbled it into a camera and knocked everything down.
Victoria Martinez.
Victoria Martinez checking back in.
And something too from Canyons that is fun to watch is they take on players 1v1, and you know they're fairly successful with it from what we've seen tonight and what I've seen prior. The only way you get better at taking people 1v1 is doing it.
And I think that's confident. We talked about it. We saw the first match. You weren't actually here, but I saw the first match, and there was a little bit of a lack of confidence, I think, in that area in the first match. And today, as you said, really building off that Santa Barbara match from a week ago, you've seen a lot more of those opportunities, a lot more willingness to go 1v1.
Yeah. And I love that. And it's not that's their only play. They have, you know, a couple different options that they're working for at all times, and 1v1 is one of them. They have options if they want to go wide or inside. They have players there, but also, you know, keeping defenders on their toes. You don't know if they're going to take me on 1v1 or go wide, you know. That makes it really hard to defend.
Good first touch by Vivian Martinez. We talked about the first touch a lot so far, and the Cougars have done a phenomenal job controlling. Here's Solar. Marquez. Back to Vivian. Vivian, some confidence as the last defender back there to get around Schmid, who was all over her. Canyons unable to connect cleanly on the pass. Now McGee will just pop it up in the air. He'll take a high bounce off the turf. Fimbres with a first touch over to Victoria Martinez. Trying to cut it back to Madera. Now they'll get it back to Martinez. Wanting to send it over to Wenz. Knocked down. Ball caroms around. Comes back to Victoria Martinez, who will drop it off to Monte 40, looking for service here. Monte 40 cuts it across. Wenz just missed with the right foot.
That was a beautiful ball in.
Solar stepping up to pinch down and keep the ball in the Allan Hancock half of midfield. Now Vivian Martinez doing the same. Solar will flick it back ahead. Wen's trying to chase onto it. She'll have it here. Dropped it off to Solar. Solar's pressed well ahead here on an overlap. It'll be a long run to get back on defense for her here. Marquez with the takeaway. Marquez with room to run. She's going to draw a foul for a clutch by Allan Hancock. Whistled on the foul was Janelle Partida.
Yeah, the ref was not having that one. She called that really quickly, and as she should have. I don't think leaving that play to go would have been a good thing.
So Marquez and Solar standing over it. Marquez will run over. Solar will drive it on, and it'll bounce off the hands of the keeper and in. Sophia Solar gets her second of the year.
Number 14, Sophia Solar, second of the year.
Making 9-0 in favor of Canyons. 76th minute, the goal.
Who is that sub? Who? Thank you. That's good to see.
Allan Hancock trying to get some sort of an attack going here. Heredia had played it back. This will be played out. But in Moscow first touch? Nope. Rolls up on the top of the
Everyone's getting involved.
tent here. There's Madera. Wen's trying to run onto it now. Allan Hancock going to recover. That one kicked off of Partida. McGee able to take it for the moment. Pops up in the air, played towards the far touchline. It'll go out into the Canyons bench. The Cougars will have a throw in here.
At this point, I think it's important for just the Cougars to keep possession and move it around. I don't know if there's a point in pressing forward quickly and transitioning quickly, maybe keeping on their side offensively. But I think moving it around and just keeping possession is the way to go at this point.
Yeah, something to work on maybe?
Yeah, you can still get something out of that for sure. But the Cougars continue to press.
They're just going to press the attack. On at 40 tried to set up service that time and sent it wide. There's Allan Hancock. Bolito with it. Send it to Schmid. Bulldogs will work ahead. Koulibaly back in there. Canyon's able to defend it off her foot out of play, but it'll be a throw in for Allan Hancock.
Finbra's really working up top and forcing the issue there. I mean, she was that entire high press on that.
Maybe that's some of the things that Canyon's working on, trying to get some more confidence into Finbrez and some of the others. Lenz, Madera all out there. McGee as well. The entire bench into the game today. Annabella Gonzalez with a touch. Monteforti. Madera in the middle of the field. Now Marquez. Plays it back to Solar, who will get it back to Annabella Gonzalez. Want more women's soccer content? Make sure you check out the COC Athletics homepage, the Instagram page as well, and our YouTube channel. We'll have Cougar Chats posted on the YouTube channel tomorrow. We have it up on the COC Athletics Instagram channel if you'd like to take a look and learn more about the women's soccer program. A little fun for us.
Fun. Learn a little bit about them. Their post-game meal. That one's my favorite.
Post-game meal.
Yeah.
This week it's Why Do You Love Soccer? Why do you love soccer, Mari?
Why do I love soccer? You know, I
You're on
thought
the
about
spot
this
here.
if we had, if I was in their position, you know. I think it was always the place where I felt the most me, most comfortable and confident.
That's an excellent answer. Very well thought out.
Yeah. That's what I maybe would have given you, given a camera stuck
Given
in
a camera
face.
stuck in your face. Well, you had a microphone stuck in your face today, and we made you answer it. So there you go. If you want to find out why the Lady Cougars love soccer, you can find out on Instagram. Go ahead and check that out. COC Athletics on Instagram or the Cougar Sports Network tomorrow. We will have it up for you. It's a good time. We've had some fun with it. We've had some good ones with the women's volleyball program, the cross-country program as well. I think the first one we played for women's soccer was the question of the day was, do you like She's the Man or Bend It Like Beckham? And the entire roster said She's the Man, except for Sophia Soler, who did not know what the movie was and just chose Bend It
That
Like
was my question. I came up with that and was very excited about it.
You thought you were going to
And
get some
I
side,
think
some
I
fight?
aged myself.
Because you were all were you all in on which one were you all in on?
She's the Man, obviously.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. Bend It Like Beckham's a great soccer movie too. Horrible soccer play.
And Canyons gets another one on a ball that just bounces in through the middle. And I think it was Emma Wenz.
Nice.
So it's going to be Emma Wenz, going to get her first of the year. So an even 10 on the board for Canyons. On a ball that was sent into the box, kind of a little bend like Beckham there. Then Wenz just kind of pops it home.
Oh, man.
On a corner kick from Sophia Soler in the 83rd minute. If you don't know who David Beckham is,
Oh, man.
why are you watching soccer?
Don't tell me if you don't know.
Of course, I think he's the majority owner of Inter Miami.
Yeah. Great idea. He's done very well, and he's grown that program too. I mean, honestly, he got Messi, so.
Well, yes.
I guess.
Messi, perhaps the greatest ever.
I
That was the other question on there. Who's your favorite footballer? And there was a lot of Lionel Messi was the answer.
Fair enough. Fair enough. We got Alex Morgan in there, which
We got Alex Morgan just
retired.
There were some others. There was some Cristiano Ronaldo's in there. There were I think Amanda Herlemon
Oh, we had
gave Lewandowski. That's her answer.
I think we had Trinity Rodman.
Trinity Rodman was in there. There was a few good answers in there. Check that one out. It's
Oh.
on YouTube as well if you want to know all the answers to that. And on the COC Instagram page. If you're not following those two things,
What are you
hit
doing?
your subscribe button. Make sure you Tune in. Facebook channel as well. College of the Canyons Athletics. Lots more content here on the network this week. Volleyball on Friday. College of the Canyons in a rivalry match against Ventura. Should be a fun one. Cougars trying to find the win column once again. Got nearly swept last Friday. What was a tough match. Had some good positive reaction late in the match, as it was against a very good Moorpark team who's in the top 10 of the state right now, trying to find a win on Friday. And then, of course, football back in action on a 2-game win streak right now. We'll take on Santa Barbara in their SCFA National Northern Division opener. Remember the National Northern Division if you're a fan of 3C2A football. Now a 7-game slate as they added teams to it. It's an 18 league now, as are all the National Conference leagues in the SCFA. Or National Division leagues, I should say, in the SCFA. A little under 4 to go here. 10-0 Canyons. It's been all Cougars today. Williamson in the 15th minute got it starting. Then Striegel with her 5th. Martinez with her 4th and 5th in the 22nd and the 24th minute. And they've come in bunches today, the goals. 37th minute, Fimbres. Then Marquez in the second half to start things off. With her first, Garcia in the 65th minute. And then she had one in the 70th minute as well. Solar then in the 76th. And Wentz just a few moments ago in the 83rd. Is Striegel back into the game to close out the final few, get one final run in.
Yeah, we talked about the Cougars not having that one sole goal scorer that they've had the last however many years. I don't even know, 10 years.
Handful.
That's 10 years maybe. And but I mean, tonight, and what I've seen is that this team just works really well together when they're when they're on. And what we've seen tonight is the balls they've been playing to each other have been either to their feet or very strategic in a nicely textured ball. And it seems like they just know how to play with each other well, and sometimes that's even more important.
Yeah, 8 sophomores on the outward attack for Canyons, 2 back in the goal in Gonzalez and Bench. But you talk about those 8 sophomores and then integrating the newcomers and the freshmen. It's hard to do. Remember in the 3C2A, it's 2-year schools. You might get 3 years of a player if they redshirt the first year, but you're always seeing new faces in every year. It's always a transition of players and how well you can gel quickly. And it seems as though despite 2 early season losses, the Cougars have found something here, at least today, and really last week against Santa Barbara in what was a good match. They just couldn't find the back of the net. They controlled a lot of play. Here's a chance to try and end it, and the shutout, and they will, as Koulibaly able to get loose. The Cougars kind of just a breakdown. As Koulibaly will get her 6th of the year. It'll come in the final 2 minutes of the match. Maybe not the way you want to end it, but
No. And not that affects the score or anything, but as as a coach, I would not be thrilled with that breakdown in the back.
Comes in the 88th minute for Koulibaly, her 6th of the year. And that's exactly what it really was, a breakdown in the back by Canyons. And credit Koulibaly, she did good work just to keep on the ball. Had 2 defenders on her.
She did exactly what she should have done. And she read the defense well, read the touches. The defenders were, I think, doing the exact same job, and that was a problem. They needed to be a little more structured and be supporting one another, and one little touch and move, and she was able to get the ball right past Gonzalez.
Koulibaly trying to work on another one. Canyon's able to clear it out towards the touchline. Allan Hancock trying to work back on the attack again. Bulldog bench fired up right now. She's trying to get something going, and the Cougars will get a clear. Final 30 seconds here. Martinez, first touch. That one went off of Monteforte's arm. So it'll be a free kick from a dangerous spot here for Allan Hancock. But at this point, it's just about the final score. Canyons will pick up their 4th win of the season. Allan Hancock will drop their 5th contest of the year and fall to 3-5. For the Cougars, they'll go to 4-2. One more match before, or their next match will be conference play, actually, against Glendale next week. On Tuesday, we'll have that for you as a part of a doubleheader here on the Cougar Sports Network. This one shipped over the top of the goal, and that'll do it for the match. So College of the Canyons, 10 goals in the match. A 10-1 winner over Allan Hancock. A good performance from COC today all around. Mari, final thoughts from you?
I mean, I think they did a great job offensively taking advantage of what they needed to take advantage of. And I hope that we continue to see them move forward as they did tonight, come Tuesday.
So nice win for College of the Canyons, 10-1 the final. That'll do it for us. We hope to see you on Friday here on the Cougar Sports Network as we got more action for you. Women's volleyball back inside the Cougar cage on Lee Smelser Court for us. Have a good night, everybody.